Alright, Schlockmeister fans, this is another re-review from my previous channel, the 80s horror classic, Brain Damage. Let's check it out.
French butcher again.
So we have an older couple here.
Always asking questions, making jokes.
Oh, these are beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, he loves them.
But whatever they were going to feed is gone.
God.
Oh my God!
God.
Elmer!
So they start to search the house.
Where are you?
Meanwhile, one of their neighbors, Brian, is not feeling too well.
I wasn't before. Just laid down for a quick nap, and all of a sudden my head is spinning and I'm too dizzy to move. I don't know, maybe there's something going around.
When Brian wakes up, he finds that the back of his neck is all bloody. And then he starts to hallucinate. And then this.
Hi. Don't need to worry about anything.
Meet Elmer.
Again. I'll do all your thinking for you. Just put me on the back of your neck and everything will be fine.
My neck?
By attaching this thing to the back of the neck, he begins to hallucinate. It's a drug. He's high. And having a good time. But Elmer has his downside, too. Yum. Elmer clearly likes his new home in the back of Brian's neck. Brian meets a woman at a bar while high on Elmer juice. Out to the alley they go.
Feels like you got a real monster in there.
She goes into his pants looking for something, and something else comes out. And when it's all said and done,
You fool! You're feeding him human brains! You're making him strong!
I knew someone in the building had him, but I didn't think it was you. Where is he?
Get him to me!
they get into a scuffle.
Run, damn you! Run! 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 Run!
Was anything he said true?
Ah, stupid old fool. Kept me weak by feeding me animal brains while they drained me like two shriveled parasites. They kept me weak, but I still left them. Is that what you want, Brian?
It's not going to happen again.
What is?
Killing people.
Oh. I thought you meant getting high.
We can't keep killing people every time you're hungry.
Oh, yes, we can.
Well, without the special juice that Elmer feeds him, he goes through withdrawal.
You know, the pain is going to get so great that only my juice will stop it. Only my juice will help you.
Eventually, Brian gives in and tries to find a victim, ends up in a shower room somewhere.
Elmer. Elmer.
But instead, Elmer finds a guy in a toilet. Brian has horrible dreams where he attacks his girlfriend. can have his girlfriend.
I heard you. I don't want it to be you.
Since she's been really weird, or he's been really weird lately, she's taken with a buddy of his.
Jesus, Brian.
They try to work it out over
I
a
thought
subway
you and I were
ride.
having trouble with our relationship. I didn't think you'd be talking about getting killed or killing someone or...
Fans of Basket Case might recognize this cameo. They kiss and make up. That's the end of her. Then the old couple
We want
comes.
it back. We want it back now.
You can't.
Put your hands up and get against the wall. Blink your eyes and you're dead.
A scuffle.
Elmer.
And they obtain him briefly. Kills her, then goes after him. Thought he was dead, but not. Now it appears Elmer's not doing too well. Brian's not doing too well. Brian returns to a friend's. Looked like he was going to kill himself, and all of a sudden, this is how our movie ends. All right, let's talk about Brain Damage. This movie I had on a VHS tape. I think I rented it and copied this somewhere around 1988 or so, 89. Somewhere in that range, whenever it came out, a year or so about after that. Directed by Frank Henenlotter, who you might remember from Basket Case. And in fact, Dwayne and his basket make a cameo in this movie on the subway. So what we have here is this little creature, this worm-like creature. His name is Elmer. It's spelled A-Y-L-M-E-R, though. It's like Aylmer. He lives in this bathtub with this older couple. And the movie starts out with Elmer escaping. And Elmer then attaches itself to this guy named Brian, who's probably in his early 20s. What Elmer is some sort of parasite creature. He can talk. He attaches itself to a person, in this case Brian, and releases this liquid into his brain, which causes Brian to get high. It's apparently such a great high that he needs it all the time, and without it he gets withdrawals, and you can't live without it. Well, in exchange for this, Elmer needs human brains to live. So Elmer can attack people and such, and he sometimes uses Brian to get around and that sort of thing. Brian has this dilemma, though. Should he continue to do this? He doesn't want to do this anymore, but he needs that high that Elmer provides him. So eventually he gives in and basically takes Elmer around where Elmer attacks people. At one point, he even attacks his girlfriend. They kiss each other, and Elmer's in his mouth, and Elmer goes into the girl's mouth then, and presumably goes up into her brain and sucks it out and eats it. So throughout the film, there's a couple times we find out the older couple who lost Elmer, or who Elmer escaped from, wants him back, because apparently they're getting high from him too, so they want him back. There's a big confrontation near the end of this movie. Elmer doesn't want to go back to them, so he kills both of them. Well, at least we think he's dead. The woman died, and then the guy we thought was dead, but then as Elmer's going back into Brian's head, the old guy comes back to life, or at least he wasn't dead, I guess, grabs him and tosses Elmer on the floor, and it looks like he might be dead. We're not sure. Brian goes back home, and his head is like bubbling and everything. And the last scene in the movie is like his head is open, and there's like this big light shining through it, like there's some sort of explosion coming out or something. And the movie just kind of abruptly ends. It's a headache from hell is what it says up there. And that's it. So anyway, yeah, this is a pretty darn cool movie if you ask me. It's entertaining. It's got some good gore. There was a brief nude scene in there, I think, as well. But it's a fun film. It's very well done. Frank Henenlotter, I think, to me, made two really good classics. One being Basket Case, and the other one being this one. Did he do Frankenhooker as well? I think so. Frankenhooker was actually a pretty good movie as well. So, but anyway, that is Brain Damage. It's a fun film. I don't know what else to tell you about this. I think it's been released on Blu-ray since then, since I've gotten this DVD, which was put out by Synapse. Maybe Synapse did the Blu-ray as well. I'm not sure, but the Blu-ray looks, I'm sorry, the DVD looks great. I'm guessing the Blu-ray looks equally great. This DVD has some audio commentary by Frank Henenlotter on it as well, so I'm imagine that got ported over to the Blu-ray also. But anyway, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this movie. It's pretty well renowned in the horror community, and everybody seems to like it, as do I. I'll leave a link to it down below if you're looking to buy it, and you should buy it because this is a good one to get. Check it out, leave some comments, let me know what you think about Brain Damage. Watch it. Bye.